welcome back to the Milk Run. Episode 1 was pretty awful to watch, however, it just means that I have a lot to improve on. Which, hey, that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing at all. For episode 2, I consulted the good old Instagram story about what topics I should cover, and I had some questionable responses, but I did have quite a few good ones. And today, we're going to cover the Monterrey Car Week, because, let's be honest, it has been incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. Personally, I didn't go, but from what I've seen online, it was just wow. You know, that's the only way you can describe it, is just wow. The amount of car releases we've had this week, top notch. Absolutely top notch. Let's start off with one of my favourites, the Gordon Murray S1. Now, okay, does Gordon Murray kind of, look at the McLaren F1 and go, haha, again, Yes, he does. But does he do it well? Absolutely. He absolutely nails it. And of course, it's his own creation. After seeing more content online about the Gordon Murray S1, I have to say it's probably got to be my current favourite car. It's just sensational. It looks incredible. No doubt it sounds incredible. Just the whole thing about it, just wow. Absolutely incredible. And again, it wasn't just the Gordon Murray S1, it was a lot of other brands that came out with some phenomenal creations. Koenigsegg came out with the CCGT1, which I thought was a fantastic way to look back at their heritage and go, let's bring this back. And they've done it so well. Of course, using the CC850 as their new kind of base for this, compared to the old CCGT, which was on the old CC8, I believe. I believe that was the chassis. Could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong. But yeah, I think it's absolutely incredible what they've done, bringing back that bit of heritage. And I think, and again, it's been really well done. It's not been totally revamped and something completely different. You can clearly see exactly where it's come from. I'm not too sure about the technical stats of that car. I haven't actually looked too much into it, but I will be. But like I say, very, very well done. And of course, you can't mention Koenigsegg without mentioning Bugatti. And I have to say, recently I have become a huge fan of the new Solitaire program, creating some incredible bespoke pieces for some clients. I mean, the Destrier that was released last week, where do you even begin? That to me is possibly one of the most, if not the most, beautiful modern hypercar I have ever laid my eyes on. The fact that it's just under 40 inches tall and has a W16, it's just, where do you even start with that? I'm speechless. When I saw that, I was like, no way this is real. No way. It's just phenomenal. Absolutely. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to probably edit some pictures into this, but my God, wow, what a beautiful car that is. That is a stunning, stunning car. Let's look at McLaren next. McLaren, being one of my favourite car brands, brought out the MCL 6GT, which I'm a huge fan of. I really am. Of course, this is a car that looks back to the old M6 GT, one of the first race cars and road cars that not many people know about. And another significant thing about this car is it's the first car that they've made with a manual gearbox since the McLaren F1. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I really like how McLaren are taking, a really amazing part of their heritage and history, redesigning it and putting it back out. I love it when car manufacturers do that. And it isn't just like a sheer carbon copy, it's using kind of what they have now, or, just redoing the design, but taking so many elements from it that you can clearly see that's where it's from. And I have to say, I genuinely love it. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I really do hope I get the chance to see one of these in person. I really do. I really, really do. Now what else happened? What else did we have? We had Lamborghini with the Revuelto SV. Now if you know me, I'm not a huge fan of the Revuelto as it is. However, I have seen it in a few different specs, and it's very nice. However, the SV from launch, I am a big fan, a really big fan. I think they've just managed to take a current design and add just the right amount of aggressiveness, and it just works perfectly, absolutely perfectly. So huge hats off to the team over at Lamborghini. Ferrari, of course, they released one of their new kind of one-off kind of client commissions. Cannot remember for the life of me the name of it. I think it's like a CZ23. Could be totally wrong. I'll edit in the correct information afterwards. But again, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, personally, I'm a huge fan of the kind of one-off series or kind of one-off custom creations that they do for their clients. I do think they work really, really well. A narrow street here. Yeah, guys, I had to take a different route to get milk today. Got to my usual road and it was shut, so I've had to do a bit of a detour. But hey, I love to drive, so I'm not going to complain. What else? Oh, Gunther Works. I am a huge fan of Gunther Works. Love them, absolutely love them. And they have released their track-only car, the GXR Evo, I believe it is. Yes, GXR Evo. Wow, beautiful. Keeping the signature Gunther Works look, but then making totally track-focused, full carbon, you know, flat six, naturally, obviously. Well, naturally aspirated, I'm sure. Air-cooled, gorgeous thing, absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, it's just, oh wow, what a beauty. 455 horsepower. It sounds insane. I saw a clip actually of it revving, and I heard a lot of people saying, oh, it sounds terrible. I, on the other hand, think it sounds phenomenal. It does, it sounds very, very nice. So personally, I am not complaining. I am not complaining one bit. I think it's actually really cool to see the likes of Gunther Works create a track-only car, because, well, the 21C I'm a bit kind of funny with. I like it, but I don't, but I do. If that makes any form of sense. Which it probably doesn't. It depends on the spec. To me, it really does depend on the spec. I've seen a kind of full silver one, which I'm kind of like, not a huge fan. However, there is a green carbon one with red accents. That is a beautiful spec. It doesn't sound great on paper, but when you actually see it, wow, just wow. But anyway, they have came out with the Spider, so you know the roof comes off. I have to say, I like it. I really do. I like it. Maybe it's just a launch spec. It just makes it look really different, which, you know, in reality it's not much different. Just the roof comes off. Wow. But yeah, no, I'm a huge fan. I like it. I do like it. I'm trying to think what else got released. I'm having like brain fog. There was so much. The Aston Martin Valen, of course. Yes. The Valen. The Valen. Yes. 850 horsepower or something like that. Front engine, rear wheel drive. Now, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews regarding its design, which I do understand. It doesn't quite follow the same principles as the Valor or the Valiant or the Victor, but I like it. I really do like it. It's got a different aggressiveness to it, almost kind of like a scary look to it, you know. And I like it. I really do. And I've seen a post of like the kind of special colours it comes in, and just there are some certain colours. I think titanium silver I'm sure that's the name of it. It's titanium something. There's a render of it in that colour. That to me is perfect. Just perfect. It looks so good. So good. Yeah, Monterrey Car Week, it's certainly been probably the best for quite some years, actually. Quite a few years. Definitely in terms of releases anyway. Definitely fantastic. Now I have to say, what was it? The auction, yes, the RM Sotheby's auction. That was very interesting to me. I personally was really paying attention at Chassis 10R, the McLaren F1 GTR, the pop art car, of course, which, of course, estimates were, in excess of $35 million US. Did it reach that? No. I think it sold for 34.1 or 31.5, something along those lines. Don't get me wrong, it's incredible. It is a new record sale, which I did say that, I don't know if I said it on here, but I certainly stated it on the my personal account anyway. Certainly stated it on the personal account somewhere. It was going to be a record price for GTR just with its history, short tail prototype, first 1996 production. And many other things, of course, with Nick Mason owning it. That bumps up again just the importance of the car. Of course, I'm sure I read somewhere actually, it's the only F1 GTR to have kept its factory livery, because all the other ones have been changed and switched about and whatnot. Lovely man holding his dog in. We're not running over any dogs today. No, definitely not. And then of course the Ferrari Lucci. What was that about? $40 million for a Ferrari Lucci. That to me is just insanity. Absolute insanity. And of course, don't get me wrong, it's a charity event. That's incredible. But come on, $40 million for a Lucci. Estimates were about 1.1 million. You're paying, I'm sure I saw somewhere 36 times the official estimate. That's just mental. Absolutely mental. But of course, the money does go to a good cause, so you can't really complain. But everyone's thinking, why a Lucci? Why? But anyway, I have arrived to get my milk, and that brings us to the end of episode 2, which I'm hoping is going to be a bit nicer to edit. I'm not going to be constantly dying of cringe and questioning my existence as to why I'm doing this. But hey, that's another day outside of the comfort zone. I'm remembering my mic on the seatbelt, because I didn't remember that last time. And so that's episode 2. Let me know what you think, and give me some ideas for the topic in episode 3. And I'll see you when I run out of milk.